Hello and welcome, dear students. Today we will discuss about the measures of central tendency for grouped data. So we will find out the mean, median, and mode for the grouped data. So first we start with the mean. First we will find out the mean of grouped data. Dear students, you have already learned the definition of the mean in your previous lesson. So directly we take an practical example to find out the mean. We will find the mean of grouped data. So here we have a problem. Uh, the length of 32 items are given below. Find the mean length. So here students, we are given grouped data. Normally the group data is the one in which the data is given in the form of class intervals and frequency. So here you can see we are given the 5 class intervals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and every class interval has its frequency. Plus, first class interval has a frequency equal to 3, second has 6, third has 12, fourth has 9, and fifth has 2. So here we are given the group data and we are supposed to find its mean. So to find out the mean of this group data, dear students, here we draw the columns and rows. So here you can see that I have made columns and rows. The first column is for classes. Here the lengths in the problem, it will be put in the column of classes. Next column is for frequency. We represent the frequency with F, and then the column for the midpoint X, and finally the product of frequency F and midpoint X. So here we enter the information, all the lengths, we put it in the column of lengths, and the frequencies here in the column of frequencies, and here we add up all the frequencies 3, 6, 12, 9, and 2, and we get the summation F, it is equal to 32. Next we find out the midpoint. How can we find the midpoint? Here you can see we have the class intervals 20 and 22. Firstly, we will add these two, 20 and 22. We get the 42, and we divide the 42 with 2 and we get the 21. So 21 is the midpoint for this class interval. Next, here we continue the process. So here we find out the midpoints of class intervals. Add 23 and 25 and we get 48, and divide the 48 with 2 and we get 24, and so on. Find out the midpoints of these class intervals. Now you have to find out the product of the frequency and the midpoint in this column fx. So f is the frequency and x is the midpoint. So multiply these frequencies with the midpoints and we get the fx. So here we multiply 21 with 3 and we get 63. So here we multiply all the frequencies and the midpoints and put them put the answer in the column fx. So we multiply all the frequencies with the midpoints and get these values. And finally you see we multiply 2 with the x33 and we get 66. In the last step we add up all these fx values called summation fx, and it is 867. So we add up all these fx values and we get 867. Formula for measuring or calculating the mean is equal to x bar equal to summation fx over summation f. So by putting the values of summation fx here and summation f as a denominator over here, you can calculate the value of mean. So here we put the value in this formula. Summation fx equals to 867 and summation f, you can see it is 32. So we divide 867 with 32 and we find the mean x bar equals to 27.0938. So it is the mean of this grouped data. Now we find out the median for a group data. Median is represented by x tide. So we write x and put a mark of tide on it. So now we will find out the median for a grouped data represented by x tide. So here we have another problem. The following frequency distribution, the weights of the boys in kilograms are given below. Find median. So here students, we are given with the class intervals 1 to 3, 4 to 6, 7 to 9, 10 to 12, 13 to 15, 16 to 18 and 19 to 21. And the frequencies of these class intervals are 2, 3, 5, 4, 6, 2 and 1. And we are required to find out the median. So first of all, we will calculate, add up all these frequencies and find out the sum of frequencies. So we add up all the frequencies and we get summation f equals to 23. So 23 is the sum of all the frequencies. So to find out the median for this group data, we add up two columns. One column is for cumulative frequency and second is for class boundaries. We can find out the cumulative frequencies by simply adding the next frequencies. For example, here the frequency of first class interval is 2 and we put 2 in cumulative frequency column, and here we add up the first two frequencies 2 and 3. 2 and 3 makes 5 and next 2, 3 and 5, it makes 10. Then we add up 4 in 10 and make 14 over here, and once we add 6 in 14 and we get 20, and then add 2, we get 22, and we add 1 and we get 23. So by adding the frequencies, we get the cumulative frequency. Next step is to calculate the class boundaries. and we can easily calculate the class boundaries in this column. And one way is to find out the class boundaries by uh, class intervals. So it is very easy to calculate the class intervals at this level. You can subtract 0.5 from the first class intervals and add up 0.5 in the second class intervals. So here we go. We subtract 0.5 from 1 and we get 0.5, and we add up the 0.5 in 3 and we get 3.5. Likely we add up we subtract 0.5 from 4 and we get 3.5, and we add up 0.5 in 6 and we get 6.5. In this way we will calculate the class boundaries of class for all class intervals. So here we get the class boundaries for all class intervals. So formula or equation for median is equal to x tilde equals to L plus h over f into n over 2 minus c. So here we find out the variables used in this formula or equation. First, L. The lower class boundary of the median class is L. So first we find out why this class boundary 10 to 12 class interval frequency 4, why it is called median class. Because here you can see above this class there are 3 classes, 1, 2, 3, and below it again there are 3 classes, 1, 2, 3. So middlemost class interval is the median class. It is the median class interval. So the median lies in this class. So L is the lower class boundary of the median class, which is 9.5. So L will be 9.5. H. H is the size of class interval. So here you can see from 1 to 3 or 4 to 6, 7 to 9 and onwards, the class interval has been 3. F. F is the frequency of the median class. So F will be 4. And N. What is the N? N stands for sum of all the frequencies. So here 23 is the sum of frequencies. Summation F is the 23. So it is the N. And lastly, what is the C? C is the lower class boundary of the median class. So 10 is the lower class boundary of the median class. So C will be the 10. So now, dear students, we put the values here in this equation. So here we put the values. L equals to 9.5, H equals to 3, F equals to 4, N equals to 23, and C equals to 10. So by putting the values here, you can see 23 over 2, 11.5, 11.5 minus 10, 1.5, 1.5 multiplied by 3 divided by 4 equals to 1.125, and 1.125 plus 9.5 median is 10.625. So here, dear students, we have calculated the median for uh, grouped data. So this is the way of calculating the median from a grouped data. And now the mod. So now we will calculate the mod of grouped data. So now we will calculate the mod of a grouped data. So dear students, we have another problem to find out the mod. We will use the same problem to calculate the mod which we use to calculate the median. Following frequency distribution, the weights of the boys in kilograms are given below. Find mod. So here you can see for this we have class intervals, frequency. We find the cumulative frequency as we found it for median and the class boundaries. You are quite familiar that we have to make these 4 columns for the grouped data to calculate the median. Again, first of all, we will calculate the sum of frequency, summation f, which is equal to 23. So mod is equal to x cap, it is equal to L plus fm minus f1 over 2fm minus f1 minus f2 multiply h. This is the formula for calculating the mod. So here, dear students, we put the values. L, it is the lower class boundary of the mod class. So L is equal to 12.5. FM. FM is the maximum frequency. Among all the frequencies, the frequency which is highest is called as FM. So here you can see 6 is the FM, and above the FM is the 4, which will be called as F1, and below FM there is F2, and H again is the 3. It is the size of class interval. So here we put the values in this equation to calculate the mod. So here we put the values in this equation. L 12.5, FM, the frequency of mod class 6, here 6, F1, the frequency of the class above the mod class F1, here it is the 4, 2 into Fm, again 6, F1 4, and F2 is the frequency lower to the frequency of mod class. F2 is equal to 2 multiplied by h, the size of class interval, h equals to 3. So here we put the 3. So here, after putting the values, we finally calculate the mod. X cap equals to 12.5, 6 minus 4 equals to 2. Here 6 into 2, 12, minus 6 2 is the 4 2 is the 8. It will make 6, and 4 minus 2 equal minus 4 minus 2 equals to minus 6. So 12 minus 6 equal to 6. So here we multiply it with 2. 6 over 6 gives 1. 6 1s the 6. 6 1s the 6. So we add up 1 in 12.5, we get 13.5. So mod is 13.5. So finally, dear students, don't forget to learn the equations or formula to calculate the mean, median and mod for the grouped data. You can take the screenshot, and if you want to learn it more properly, you have to watch this video again, yet again.